Often people wonder how we know what the Viking code of honor was. And there is a poem, translated into a book called the Havamal, and it has basically how to treat other people and how to be a good person and what you should and shouldn't do. So I will share that with you. I am reading from the Wanderer's Havamal, which is translated by Jackson Crawford, and is a pretty good English translation. So here we go. At every doorway before you enter, you should look around. You should take a good look around, for you never know where your enemies might be seated within. Hail to a good host. A guest has come inside. Where should he sit? He is impatient, standing on the threshold, ready to try his luck. He needs a fire, the one who has just come in. His knees are shivering. Food and dry clothes will do him well after his journey over the mountains. He needs water, the one who has just arrived. Dry clothes and a warm welcome from a friendly host, and if he can get it, a chance to listen and to be listened to. A man needs wisdom if he plans to wander widely. Life is easier at home. He'll be laughed at if he sits among the wise and has nothing to say. A wise man is not showy about his wisdom. He guards it carefully. He is silent when he comes to a stranger's home. Harm seldom befalls the watchful man. For you can never have a more faithful friend than a good supply of wisdom. The watchful guest, when he arrives for a meal, should keep his mouth shut, listening with his ears and watching with his eyes. That is how the wise man finds his way. A man is happy if he finds praise and friendship within himself. You can never be sure of where you stand in someone else's heart. A man is happy if he finds praise and wisdom within himself. Many men have received bad advice by trusting someone else. A traveler cannot bring a better burden on the road than plenty of wisdom. It will prove better than money in an unfamiliar place. Wisdom is the comfort of the poor. A traveler cannot bring a better burden on the road than plenty of wisdom, and he can bring no worse burden than too much alcohol. There is not as much good as men claim there is in alcohol for one's well-being. A man knows less as he drinks more and loses more and more of his wisdom. It's as if a memory-stealing heron broods overhead while you drink and steals your mind away. I myself have been trapped in that bird's feathers when I drank at Gunlaud's home. I was drunk. I was too drunk at wise Fjalar's house. The best kind of feast is the one you go home from with all of your wits about you. A noble man should be silent, thoughtful, and bold in battle. But every man should also be cheerful and happy till the inevitable day of death. An unwise man thinks that he will live forever, if only he can avoid a fight. But old age will give him no peace, even if weapons do. It's a fool who stares when he comes to a feast. He talks to himself as he broods. As soon as he gets a drink, he'll say everything he knows. Only a man who is wise and wide travel and has wandered far can know something about how other men think. Such a man is wise. Don't hold on to the mead horn, but drink your fair share. Say something useful or stay quiet. And no one else will judge you poorly if you go to sleep early. A gluttonous man, unless he watches himself, will eat to his own detriment. Wise men will often ridicule a fool on account of his belly. Even cows know when they should go home from their fields, but an unwise man does not know the measure of his own appetite. A stupid man and an undisciplined man laughs at everything. He hasn't learned the lesson that would do him good. He himself isn't flawless. A fool stays awake all night, worrying about everything. He's fatigued when the morning comes, and his problems remain unsolved. An unwise man thinks that anyone who laughs with him is his friend. He doesn't understand that the wise are mocking him, even when he hears them. An unwise man thinks anyone who laughs with him is his friend, but he won't find these friends when he goes to court. No one will speak on behalf of himself. A stupid man thinks he knows everything. If he hides himself in a corner, but he doesn't even know what he'll answer if men ask him questions. It's best for a fool to keep his mouth shut. Among other people, no one will know he knows nothing if he says nothing. An ignorant man doesn't know how little he knows, no matter how much he talks. You will seem wise if you know the answer and know how to explain it. People are not able to keep a secret of what they hear about other people. You will say plenty of nothing with all your talking if you never close your mouth. A hasty tongue, unless it's disciplined, often earns its owner punishment. No one should ridicule anyone else, even if he comes visiting. Many a man seems wise if he is never questioned, and he gets to brood with dry skin. A man may seem wise if he pokes fun at another and disdains a fellow guest, but the man who talks behind another man's back knows little, even if he laughs with men. Many men are kind to one another, but will fight at a feast. There will always be conflict between men. A guest will fight a guest. You should eat your meals early. Unless you're visiting a friend, a hungry man sits and gets sluggish, and his wits are impaired. It's a long and crooked walk to a bad friend, even if he lives nearby, but it's an easy road to a good friend, no matter how long the journey. You should keep moving. You should never be a guest forever in any one place. Your welcome will wear out if you stay too long beneath another's roof. It's better to have a home, even if it's a little one. Everyone should call somewhere home, even if it's just 2 goats with a faulty roof. Still, it's better than begging. Better to have a home, even if it's little. Everyone should call somewhere home. Your heart will be wounded if you have to beg for every meal from someone else. Never go even a single step without a weapon at your side. You never know when you might find yourself in need of a spear. I've never met a man so generous nor so hospitable that he would not welcome repayment, nor have I met a man so giving that he turned down a thing offered in return. Do not be so sparing in using your money that you do not use it for your own needs. And often what you save for your children will end up in the hands of your enemies. Many things will go worse than you expect. Friends should provide their friends with weapons and clothing. This kind of generosity shows generous mutual giving is the key to lifelong friendship. Be a friend to your friend, and repay each gift with a gift. Repay laughter with laughter, and treachery with treachery. Be a friend to your friend, and also his friend, but never be a friend to the enemy of your friend. If you have a good friend and you really trust him and want to come of your friendship, and want good to come of your friendship, you should speak your mind with him, exchange gifts, visit him often. But if you have another friend and you mistrust him and want to benefit from him nonetheless, you should speak to him kindly, flatter him, and repay his treachery with your own. The same friend, if you mistrust him and suspect him to be false with his words, you should talk with him, laugh with him, but repay just what he gives you. I was once young. I walked alone, and I became lost on my way. I felt like I was rich. When I met another traveler, people's joy is in other people. Kind, brave people live best. They never nurture a grudge. But an unwise man worries about everything. He dreads even repaying a gift. I gave my clothes to 2 scarecrows once when I walked in a field. They thought they were human as soon as they had clothes on. A naked man feels so ashamed. A fir tree decays standing over a farm, no longer protected by bark and needles. A person feels the same way if nobody loves him. How much longer will he live? The friendship among false friends burns warmly for 5 days, but then it's extinguished by the 6th day and the friendship is over. You should not give only big gifts. Often a little thing wins you favor. I've won friends with just half a loaf of bread and a bowl of soup. And that is the first half of the Havamal. And we will continue it in the next part. See you next time, and be sure to like, subscribe, and share.